It actually has an actual World Championships, which were won in April earlier this year, actually by an actual Australian. And here he is now, the new World Aerobics Champion, Marcus Irwin. I suddenly feel overdressed.
I feel naked.
Marcus, any of your school friends watching tonight will be going, that's not Marcus, he was a blob at school.
Very true, yeah, I was actually a blob at school.
I mean, how much of a blob? 17 stone?
No, not that big, no. But I was actually quite overweight.
Why was that?
Just, I think, puppy fat, really.
Why did you carry puppies around with you? I don't understand it. But you actually weren't really into sport at school, were you?
No, not at all. I didn't participate in any sort of sport until I actually got away from school, and that's when I took up aerobics to actually lose the weight.
Was that the old peer group pressure thing? Was that the reason you didn't participate?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think I wanted to rebel against the usual school spirit of doing sport, because I was fat, basically. I didn't want to take any of my clothes off.
And now you can't stop yourself. Yes, yes. So what was it about aerobics that turned you on?
I think it's basically because you get distracted by the music and the person up there teaching that you don't actually think you're exercising. So it's that subconscious idea of not thinking you're exercising because you're being distracted by all the other elements around.
Gee, you're a prime candidate for brainwashing. I'll have to try a few experiments later on. The routine you did to win the World Championship is a 2-minute routine. Mm-hmm. Now, it's only 2 minutes, but yeah. I get the impression it must be pretty excruciating. Yeah,
it's actually, if you look at the time frame that we do to train for a World Championships, I train a year and a half, so I can do 2 minutes perfectly. So it's a very short burst of extreme energy, but you've got to train yourself so that short burst looks like nothing at all.
Does it hurt?
Yes, it does a lot.
Now, you train in a way, like virtually in 2-minute chunks, don't you?
Yeah, sprint training, yeah. And you actually have to train yourself to look like you're enjoying it. Even though you're going through a hell of a lot of pain, you have to choreograph smiles and different faces so that you don't look like you're in pain, because you get judged on your presentation as well.
Oh, really? So the smile that you had when you came on was completely fake?
Completely fake, yeah. Completely rehearsed.
So training for 2-minute bursts, it does occur to me, Marcus, you must be disappointing in bed.
Yes, it's very quick, it's very quick.
But wonderful smile, and that's the important thing. Actually, something that amazes me when I watch you guys is you don't sweat.
It's true, actually, your body goes into a complete shock, because you go from nothing to everything. You don't breathe, well, you don't breathe very much throughout the whole routine, and you don't sweat. The sweat doesn't come till about 3 minutes after the routine.
Oh, that's interesting. Because we're going to see Marcus's routine later. We might do the sweat test with him, I think, and just see how bad it actually gets. Your physiotherapy bills must be huge, I imagine.
It is. Because it's so high intensity and because it's so pounding, you do find that you're tying yourself in knots and you're putting a lot of stress on your body, and it does get pretty high, the physio bills, but it pays off in the end.
Does it?
Yeah.
What, it's good remuneration?
Oh, great. Being world champion is a pretty good remuneration.
Now, what's the plan? Because there are actually 2 world championships, aren't there? And you're the holder of one title, and the next one is in 4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah.
Is the plan to win both of those and then dominate the sport for 10 years?
I think it's pretty hard to actually do that because the up-and-comings are so good. Each year you set a new standard. It's very hard to maintain it. Most of the world champions have gone on to lose the next year, so I'm considering retiring after this and bowing out gracefully.
Oh, I see. So 4 weeks till the next World Championship. How much training did you do today?
Today was an off day. I trained maybe 5 hours today.
Yeah, slack.
It was an off day.
And in that lazy 5 hours that you dawdled through, what did you do?
Most days consist of an hour's worth of strength training in the morning. That's doing all the one-arm push-ups and the presses, and then maybe some weights training, and then 2 hours in the middle of the day of specific sprint training, and that is pushing your body to anaerobic threshold, where you can actually go past your anaerobic threshold and be able to do the 2 minutes quite easily.
Anaerobic?
Yeah.
That means not being able to breathe?
Not being able to, yeah.
So you're pushing yourself to death?
Yes. It should actually be called the anaerobic competition, because you don't actually breathe throughout the whole time.
Oh, well, and you don't breathe in the demo we're about to see.
I'll try to breathe.
I'll try. Well, please. Well, the audience will breathe for you. How's that? Now, just before you do it, does it ever worry you that your leotard is going to rip? Because that's a very stretchy...
Yeah. I mean, you do have to wear the leotards because you're throwing yourself around so much that there's no room for having anything in the way. Right. But it has happened, not actually on stage, but it has happened in class where things have fallen out.
Loose change keys, things like that, yeah. Now, the demo we're going to watch tonight, which you won the World Championship with, are there any show-stopping movements we should particularly be looking for that the judges would have gone, he's my man?
Yeah, most of the floor stuff, the aerobic stuff that you do jumping around is usually to make all of the floor stuff, the stuff that you do like the one-arm push-ups and the presses and things, they're the things that really gain you high points. So when I'm on the floor grovelling around, looking like I'm looking for my contact lenses...
Yeah, which came out when the leotard ripped,
yeah,
yes.
Those are the point-scoring moves on the floor.
All right, well, Marcus, we'll watch for the grovelling movements. We'll hope and pray the leotard stays in place. Here now with his World Championship winning aerobics routine, Marcus Irwin.
Thanks.
Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, let's work it out tonight.
To jump the beat tonight, I gotta keep my stride as I take you for a ride. The rhythm of the beat and the rhyme must coincide. Be rehearsed and tried. Keep them off soft. I gotta come off like a spotlight, like I'm off. Join me and see. Have to stay correct to be the man that you select. One, two, three, hit it! You got to shake your body, work your body, pump it nice and hard.
Can you feel it? Feel the spirit. I can feel it.
Marcus Irwin, and Marcus, I can tell you that there won't be a woman in this audience tonight, no matter how hard she tries, who won't be fantasising about you. Let me see. How do you feel?
Tight.
Oh, come on now, give it a go. What we'll do, Marcus, he's not sweating. That's an incredible thing. I could eat off Marcus Irwin right now. But we'll check. 3 minutes later, we'll see what condition he's in. In the meantime, let's go straight to tonight's band. Welcome them back into your living rooms. Relax, it's over now. Tall Tales and True. Tall Tales and True.
Collapse in a heap.
Well, Marcus, we'd love to stay. In fact, we might even send a camera with you to film that slow process of deterioration and agony. But thank you very much for coming on the show. Marcus Irwin. And now we cross directly to our swimming correspondent.